Good morning, Sean here, and it's time for our Revelstoke Mayor Report with Mayor Gary Sauls over the phone. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Sean.
Well, I hope you and Christy and the rest of your family are doing well. I can only assume so.
Yeah, we are.
Good. So I didn't want to talk too much about COVID-19 unless there's anything new, pressing, that's important for the community to know about in our own backyard. I just feel like we talk about it too much, and I just want to break from it unless there's something important.
Just stay the line. That's what our physicians are telling us. That's what the government's telling us. Same thing that we've been hearing from everyone else. Just continue to do that.
Okay. So I have a couple of things here that I wrote down that I thought were important to bring up, because if I'm wondering it, then far more intelligent people are curious too.
Okay.
So let's just touch base on the by-election, because, of course, all this came down prior to COVID-19, and now we really haven't heard anything about it because everything's been turned upside down. What do we do with the by-election? What's the plan moving forward?
We'll do something in the fall. We were able to communicate with the provincial government at the time the COVID incident started, because we hadn't announced and made plans publicly as to what we were going to do. They have allowed us to put it off until the fall, and we haven't decided exactly date, and so I'll talk with staff about that as we move forward.
So would that mean that running would start in the summer, I guess?
We're not sure. I guess it depends on what we pick for a date as we move forward. So we haven't got that far yet, and we'll give consideration as to what's going to work best for the community.
It'd be an interesting online campaign for sure.
There we go.
The roundabout, we knew that we got some dollars to spend on it. It's been kind of sitting on the shelf. Where are we at with the roundabout?
We're going to have a special council meeting this morning. We'll have some announcements after the council meeting this morning.
Please put forward that local radio host and celebrity and ultimately overly paid, just joking, celebrity would like to name it. I'm dubbing this Townley Roundly.
Okay, I'll keep that under advisement, Sean.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
And the other one, of course, is the arena roof. We knew that this can had been kicked for many mayor and councils, so now we're finally here. It needs to be dealt with. What do we do here?
We're seeing lots of grants, not just in our community, but other communities where they've been oversubscribed, and first round you don't get it. So we know that there'll be other grants coming, so we'll apply. We did talk about this in our financial plan, where we had budgeted in the 2021 budget to start repairing the roof without the grant. So that's definitely already in the budget for the long term. Whether we go forward with something at this point in time will be dependent upon how we get through this pandemic crisis. It's on the books, it's in the plans, it's in the works. Everybody's been thrown a curveball here, so we're not sure what we're going to do moving forward, and we haven't even discussed that at this point. We're just trying to survive and keep the community the best we can at this point.
I would imagine that when that time comes and it's appropriate, we would have a town hall meeting about it, and we would weigh in on how we all feel about it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, a couple weeks ago, because we didn't get a chance to talk last week, there was a little bit of dust-up about the OCP. Did I miss something?
There was just some concern about the OCP, so we want to continue the visioning process to complete that process, because it's the foundation for what the OCP is built on.
Of course.
And so it came to council. There was 3 options: to go out to a focus group, let the focus group look at it and go through some things and give some input back at no cost. And then there was a couple other options, and the other option was to have a survey, and then the third option was to have the focus group and the survey. So both the 2 second options had a dollar figure of around $8,900. Council opted for the first one, where there was no extra cost, because there was a contract already issued to a contractor in 2019 to put this process forward and to complete the visioning process. So there won't be any extra cost to the city regarding that.
Okay, so there was just a little bit of some confusion there, and that's where that dust-up came up.
Some people thought it was going to cost more money no matter what, and it's not.
So by-election, roundabout, arena roof, OCP, and you'll have a little bit more information about the roundabout after the meeting?
Yep.
And I'm sure it'll come out with a press release from the city. So
it will, yep.
Is there anything else that's coming up that is important for the town to know unrelated to the pandemic?
We're going to talk a bit about finances today and how we can assist the community. So we'll have that information as well. And then we're looking at how we can start getting some of our workers back doing social distancing so they can clean up the streets and clean up the sidewalks and that sort of thing, because that's an issue that people are concerned about, saying, hey, we need this done. And then we need to talk about what's going to happen with our parks and whatnot. We still have snow and mud and whatnot, and we want to start getting those prepared, because at some point we're going to be looking at recovery and being able to get people back out.
Okay, so thanks for checking in with us, Gary. We will check in with Gary next week. If there's anything massively pressing, he'll let me know, and we'll get him on the air sooner rather than later.
All right. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate the time.